G'day guys, welcome to my RSY's V2 video. Today I'll be talking to you guys about NRL's Round 2's recap preview for 2022. Guys, let's get started. So starting off with that first match of that game, we see the Melbourne Storm going up against the Rabbitohs. Now this game was absolute detrimental. The Rabbitohs were absolutely terrible in the first half. They didn't really concede any footy at the moment, but without no Reynolds, because obviously no Reynolds at all, Cody Walker and Lachlan Elias did not do nothing. And I believe that he did not do nothing. And he was trying to basically work out for the Melbourne Storm's defence and their attack, which that means that the Melbourne Storm are a very hard team to beat, and that's what I mean. They are a very hard team to beat. So obviously in this match is just detrimental, obviously because they are a really good team, but since Latrell Mitchell has returned from suspension, a long-term suspension, that means Latrell Mitchell really did play quite okay, but he didn't really concede that much footy because he basically didn't want to play footy at all, because how the way he played was just like he didn't want to concede the football at all. But the Melbourne Storm, Xavier Coates, you got to watch out for him. He's an absolute speed freak. Every time he gets the ball, he's always down the field when he wants to be attacked. He's a really good player that I kind of liked. And obviously I rate him as a man of the match for that game anyway. And obviously for this match, I did think that this game was going to be really tight and really hard anyway. But it was 15 points to 14 anyway. And basically, Latrell Mitchell has kicked a 2-point field goal. Wow. Have you guys seen that in a long while? But obviously in the last minute of the overtime, basically Ryan Poppenhausen to kick the match-winning field goal to win 15 points to 14 against the South Sydney Rabbitohs. The next game of that match, we see the Dragons going up against the Panthers. Now, I did tip the Panthers in this game, and obviously the Dragons didn't really come out on top to basically win that. But what I mean is, not in a negative way, but the Panthers, they are too good to beat. And basically the Panthers are a really good team, and what I do like about their attack, and their defence is the Panthers, they are a really good team, and I just hate to think how the way they played their style of football was absolutely wrong, but they played an absolute splendid game of football. 20 points to 16 the scoreline was in this game, and I just think that this match was absolutely very tight. But what I think about the man of the match in this game was Filion Kikau. He played a really good game in this match, and scoring the first try of that game, I literally thought that when he had his hands up in the air, when the opposite position played it and also kicked it, I obviously thought it was a knock-on, but the ball hit here, and that's why it wasn't a knock-on. If it would have hit the hand, then it would have been a knock-on. But changes come to plan, and I don't know, it gets out of hand. So the Dragons, they are a really good team, and I cannot believe Tyrell Sloan has scored his try of the game. He is an absolute speed freak also too. Quite like him, he's a really good player in this club. But yeah, 20 points to 16 was absolutely a very close game, and I didn't really like it, but I highly recommend that I rated this game by 10% of this match. The next game of this match, we see the Roosters going up against the Manly Sea Eagles. Now, okay, this game, the Roosters, they are a really good team. In the past, like the last year, but since they played their first game, they weren't okay. But when they played the second game last week, they were absolutely on fire. And what I rate this player is Sam Walker. He is an absolute, really top player that I really like from the Roosters. And without him, and without no Luke Keary, there's no Roosters at all. And they will be struggling, and they will go. Yeah, so the Roosters. Luckily, Connor Watson did play, but he did pick up an injury. I think in the first half or second half. I don't believe, but I heard about Connor Watson did pick up an injury, but I wasn't sure if it was in the first half or second half. Yeah, but I don't know. Could be the first half, could be the second half, but I'm not debating on it. So in this match, I quite like the Roosters. They were a little bit better, and their attack was absolutely on top of their form, basically 100%. But the Manly Seagulls, I have nothing to say about them, and I just feel like they're not gonna win. They're not gonna be on E8. So I just think the Manly Seagulls will just fall down from basically from 9th to 16th. So I basically think that they're my prediction on their ladder. I reckon they'll fall to 11th position. So yeah. Anyway, luckily the Roosters did beat the Manly Seagulls 26 points to 12. The next game of this match, we see the Titans going up against the Warriors. Now, this game was absolutely another tight game. What I do like about this game was Titans were absolutely really good in how the way they're playing their attack. But the Warriors, they were also playing really well in their attack. But I didn't see this guy play their good style of footy. Reece Walsh. I didn't really think he was playing his style of footy. He was absolutely quiet in that game. And I just thought in this match was not their consistent play. But the Warriors, they are a really good team, but how the way they played was just on top of their form, and they were okay, but they had their advantage coming to them, and they had their beatings coming into them. But losing by 2 points, as I said again, another tight game. This match was just very hard to pick whose side was going to win. But luckily, thankfully for me, I did tip the Titans. And they won by 2 points in this match. I cannot believe that the Titans won in that game, which I didn't think they were. But luckily, Greg Marzhew scored 2 tries in that game. Absolute speed freak from the winger from the Titans. But yeah, luckily that the Titans win 20 points to 18 against the Warriors in this match. Okay, the next game of this match, we see the Sharks going up against the Eels. Now, me and Entertain Us were there at that game, so go and check it. My vlog, it's out, and it is on YouTube. So go check that out. Yeah, it's basically one of the most hardest games that I've ever been to. I've been down there, I think, last couple of years, which the Eels came out on top in the second half, but they played terrible in the first half without no Clint Gutherson in that game. But that was the story that I was telling you anyway. So, in this match, I didn't think that we were going to win in this game, which I thought 3 tries in this match. It was absolutely woeful. And the Sharks coming out on top with obviously Matt Moylan, Nico Hines, Jesse Ramian, Sione Katoa, all played their heart out, and I just thought that Matt Moylan was just absolute hard to tackle, and when anyone goes near him, he's just hard like a brick. Hard like a brick. But I cannot believe that Bailey Simonson scored, but they awarded it, but then they denied it. See, this is why I don't like the bunker at all. Because they award the try, but then they had to go to the bunker and then say it's a no try. So, yeah, basically the Eels got robbed in this game, and I just think that in this match, me and Entertainers were very, very disappointed in this game. That how the way the Eels played in this match was just shocking. But luckily that the Eels played a little bit better as they were last year. But yeah, well done from the Eels. The Sharks, 18 points to 16. The next game of this match, we see the Cowboys going up against the Raiders. Now, in this match, another one that I say, the Raiders, they are very struggling hard, and they are struggling because I just think that in this game, without no Jamal Fogarty and without no Josh Hodgson, and for all you Raiders fans out there, Josh Hodgson is out for the season, which that is very disappointing for the Sharks fans. So that means Tom Starling is going to be the replacement of the number 9. Hopefully, if that comes to that. But anyway, the Raiders, they weren't very good into conceding a lot of points in this game. They were trying, but it's just not very conceding. And I hate to think that obviously this match was just another game that really didn't come that way. But the Cowboys, really good to see the Cowboys getting out on top to basically win. 26 points to 6 in that match. And very, very happy that obviously Nick from Australia goes for the Cowboys, and he would be very happy to see that happen, and obviously the Cowboys to win. But anyway guys, luckily the Cowboys won this match anyway. The next game of this match, we see the Knights going up against the West Tigers. Now in this game, another one to say, the Tigers aren't very good at the moment, and obviously the Tigers, since they did lose against the Storm the week after, and then now they lose to the Knights. Michael Maguire will be very disappointed into seeing that the Tigers need to aim up their game and then need to aim up their boost. But I just think that how the way they played was kind of alright, and they were okay in my prediction. But the Knights, they are a really good team, and I just think how the way they played in this match was just absolute woeful. And the Knights, they are a really good team, And thankfully, Dane Gagai was a really good player, but unfortunately, Kalen Ponga was ruled out of this game due to a knee injury, which he picked up in the captain's run. So Tex Hoy had to come into that fullback side to replace Kalen Ponga in that team. So obviously it was another 26-4 scoreline, but obviously I did say 26 points to 6 earlier, but it's 26 points to 4, so it wasn't basically the same scoreline. But yeah, luckily for the Knights, they did win against the West Tigers. And finally, the next game of this match, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Broncos. Now, what I did predict about this game, the Bulldogs, they were really good in the first half and the second half, but how the way they played was not a good start, I believe, to the first half and the second half, but how the way they played was just unfortunate. And obviously another disbelief of this game was just not a very big margin, I believe. It was kind of like a low scoring game, 16 points to 10 in that match. So I just hate to think that in this match it was going to be very tight, but for the Broncos, winning by 6 points was absolutely woeful. But saying that, Adam Reynolds, he played a very good game. And finally, he played only one game for the Broncos since he didn't play for round one. So the Bulldogs, they played a really good game, but unfortunately they didn't pick up a win. But obviously last week they did. So yeah, you have to pick up some credit. And obviously in this match, the Bulldogs, they are a really good team, but they just need to boost up their defence and their attack so they can win a couple of games of football. But yeah, well done from the Broncos to beat the Bulldogs 16 points to 10 in this match anyway. Thanks guys for watching my video, guys. Stay tuned for more. We're doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also, we're doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Plus, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care guys. Stay safe, and then we'll go on. Plus, let's get up to 300 subscribers. We're seeing on 242 anyway. So let's get up to that, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Take care.